This is the time when everyone starts scrambling to pick their goals for 2026. Should I choose weight loss again or find a new job? Today, we're doing something a little bit different, and we're going to build the foundation those goals actually need to stand on to get the results that you want. You don't need motivation. You don't need a better plan. You need clarity. And clarity happens when your mind and your body are aligned. Today, we're going to ask a series of questions and take a little relaxed time to help you create real change by honoring where you are and discovering what you want to create next. Every coach has some version of it, and here's my take on it. So fire up those journals or your OneNote, and let's dive in. As you prepare for goal setting in 2026, the first question I want you to ask yourself is, what are my wins for 2025? What were the moments that stood out? The experiences that felt meaningful? What were the major life highlights? Start writing them in your journal or on a piece of paper. Take time to look back and celebrate some of the most special moments of 2025. This is a step that matters more than most people realize when starting to pick the focus for 2026. Before we look at what didn't work or what we need to change, we need to anchor in what did work. I keep a running highlight reel through the year. Just simple notes or moments, experiences, and insights that felt significant to me at the time. Then in December, I slow down and I review those notes and I flip through my media and revisit my calendar. I rank my top 10 moments of the year, and I always pause to see if any of those moments earned a place in the ultimate top 10 moments of my entire life. What I've learned is this. When you train yourself to notice what matters as you're living it, reflection becomes effortless. And over time, you start designing your life around what truly lights you up instead of what you think you should value. Take time with this step. Celebration isn't a bonus, it's a foundation. See if you can fill an entire page of wins. Pause this video if needed. On to the second question. What were the hardest parts of 2025? And I want to pause here because this question matters a lot. Here's where if we're not honest with ourselves at this step, we're not going to get the results that we were hoping for the year ahead. Not because we're not doing it right, but because clarity can't come from avoidance. It isn't about being dramatic or self-critical. It's about telling the truth gently. What felt heavy? What drained you? Where did you feel misaligned, frustrated, or even stuck? These moments hold information. When we skip over them, we risk recreating the same patterns, just with new goals attached. But when you're willing to take a look with compassion, we gain power over what may be limiting us, because awareness creates choice. So take time here too. See if you can write a full page of the life's hardest parts. Be honest, not harsh. The more truthful you are in this moment, the more aligned and sustainable your results will become. The third question. What did you learn about yourself this year? I love this question. This is a super powerful question because it's information. It becomes information and insight as to what happened last year. If we skip this step, we've missed the meaning behind our experiences. And without meaning, change doesn't last. It isn't about labeling yourself or making judgments. It's about noticing patterns. What did you learn about your energy, your boundaries, your relationships, your needs? How did you respond under pressure? Maybe you learned that you pushed yourself too hard. Maybe you learned that rest isn't optional. Maybe you learned that you can no longer ignore or tolerate something in your life. These realizations matter. They tell you how you actually operate, not how you think you should. As an exercise several years back, I asked the 3 most important people in my life, how do I, Margaret, occur? It was clear that it wasn't about criticism I was asking for. It was about information, all judgment-free awareness. I didn't have access to that through my own perception. And when you understand yourself more clearly, you stop setting goals that fight your nervous system. You can start creating change that works with you. So be honest here, with kindness. It's the power of self-honesty and reflection. Not to judge who you are or who you're being, but to understand how you show up so you can choose how you want to be. If you're finding value in this video and want help turning this clarity into real momentum in 2026, I invite you to explore coaching with me at margaretzickcoaching.com. This is for the people who are ready to decide and live into the next chapter. Now it's time to switch gears and take a relaxing dip, because before you decide what to change, your system needs clarity and calm. So soften your focus, put your journal down, and get comfortable. Take a slow, deep breath in and a longer breath out. Take one more breath in and a longer breath out as you slowly start to close your eyes. Take a moment to relax in your chair and feel yourself drifting into a state of deep, deep relaxation. With your next breath, I want you to imagine you are walking a path in a beautiful open meadow. Behind you is the year you just lived, 2025. In front of you is 2026. Your pace is easy and effortless as you stroll through the grass. Now gently ask yourself, what feels complete about 2025? What no longer needs your energy? What chapter feels finished, even if it was meaningful? What are you proud of completing, resolving, or moving through? Notice what brings a sense of relief or exhale when you think about letting it go and letting it be done. What feels ready to change? What feels heavy, repetitive, or misaligned about 2025? What is that one thing that's been holding you back that, if it were truly handled, would change everything in your life? There's no right answer here. Let your mind wander and just notice. Now continue to walk through the meadow, feeling the warmth of the sun on your face. I want you to imagine that 1 year from now, you're looking back on 2026, and it was truly the best year of your entire life. You take a deep breath, you grow a huge smile on your face, and you answer the question, if this truly was the best year of my entire life, what would have happened? What did I overcome? What did I accomplish, experience, or what did I obtain this year? Who do you see around you? Friends, family? Take time to notice how you truly feel. What are the sounds that you hear? Maybe it's quiet. Maybe they're familiar voices or new voices. Notice how your body feels as you think about this year. Your shoulders, your breath, your posture. This year, you handled the things that used to hold you back. You made decisions you had been putting off. You stopped tolerating what drained you. You trusted yourself more. You had your own back in a year that was truly the most exquisite year you've ever had. Take it all in as you continue to stroll. That's it. Take it all in. Now slowly take a deep breath in and breathe out longer. One more breath in and a longer one out as you bring your awareness back to the present reality. You are slowly coming back into the room or the environment you're in. Take a moment to get readjusted and take a deep breath. Welcome back. Now that you've taken a moment to imagine what you want to create in 2026, a new relationship, beginning your retirement, developing deeper relationships with friends or families, a new home, mastering a skill, this is where commitment begins. Because here's the truth, you'll never feel completely ready, and that's not a problem. Ready isn't a feeling, it's a decision. So the fourth question is, what are you ready to stop doing? What habits, behaviors, or beliefs are costing you energy? What are you continuing out of familiarity, not alignment? If you're not truthful here, the same patterns follow us into the new year, just dressed up as new intentions. And that's not because we're failing, it's because we didn't decide. Stopping is not giving up. It's not failure. It's you saying, this no longer belongs in my life, in the life I'm creating. So choose one thing, not everything, one habit, one pattern, one belief that you are done carrying forward. Write it clearly and bold in your journal. This is where change becomes real, not because it's dramatic, but because it's deliberate. The fifth question is, what are you choosing to continue? This question is about stability. Change doesn't happen by tearing everything down. It happens by reinforcing what already supports you. What habits, routines, or ways of being give you strength and energy this year? What helps you feel grounded, clear, or more like yourself? These are not small things. They're evidence. Continuing an act of self-trust. It's you saying, this works for me, and I'm going to keep it. So look ahead to 2026 and decide what you are committed to maintaining this year. Because when you protect what supports you, growth becomes sustainable. The sixth question is the beginning of the trail. What are you deciding to start? Not someday, not when conditions are perfect, because again, ready isn't a feeling, it's a decision. What is one small action that reflects who you are choosing to be in 2026? Starting doesn't require confidence, it requires intention. And when action aligns with identity, change stops being forced and it starts feeling natural. So choose something doable, choose something meaningful, something that moves you forward. This is how intention becomes momentum. So when you look at the year ahead, remember this. You start by celebrating what worked because awareness begins with appreciation. You tell the truth about what didn't work because honesty creates choice. You listen to what you learned about yourself because insight guides direction. You continue what supports you and sustains you, and you start one intentional action that reflects who you are choosing to be in 2026. Not because you feel ready, but because you decided. This is how change becomes real. And when you move into 2026 from this place, you're no longer hoping things will be different. You're living as if your goals and wishes and intentions have already manifested, have already played out, and you're living into that future self. If you've enjoyed this video and you want to check out the next one, you can do it here. In the meantime, take care.